Hello everybody and welcome back to the Southern Cross Station map, which is an Australian map, and it has gone down incredibly well so far, which I'm very relieved about, because whenever I start a new series I always think, oh, I hope I do this properly. I hope I, win everybody's vote, hope I choose the right machinery, and it seems, fingers crossed, it stays the same way, that I have chosen the right stuff. This was of course with the help of my viewers. A lot of people did post links to the best machinery to use and the best machinery which would fit in with the area, and it seems that it's gone down really well. So thank you to everybody who did post a link or just posted a comment. In fact, in episode 1's comment section there was a lot of people who posted suggestions about how I should run the farm as well, which is brilliant. I'm not saying don't do that, I really want you to do that, it's very good. I'll just continue chatting while I'm unloading this. I'll explain this in a minute. You're going to see a bit of a mixture of bales here, but yes, I'll come on to that in due course. Like, for example, I had a comment from somebody who said that maize isn't really grown in Australia. Now, I can't say for sure if that is correct, because it could be correct in certain territories and not in other territories, I'm not too sure. But that was definitely one comment which I got. So I have put some maize in already, but of course if it is the case where maize or corn isn't really grown, then that's fine. We can stick to other crops. Like the suggested crops were wheat, barley and canola. But yeah, that's all good. Another suggestion was not to do any ploughing or cultivation at all. Just use the direct drills like the air drill back there. Which suits me, and it makes it very easy, but yeah, I don't know if it is the best approach, I have no idea. So if that is exactly how it's done, then of course that's exactly how we'll do it. And I just want to emphasise the word semi, in semi-realistic. The reason for this is because obviously I'm going to do stuff as good as I can do, but at the end of the day, it is a game. So if I was to play 100% realistic, it would actually be real life. We'd be driving a real tractor here, so it's impossible. It's a game, and it's always fun to do things which aren't necessarily done in real life, despite it being a semi-realistic series, but still doing it, in a good way. So I should just move on to the topic of these bales. Now, if you remember back from the Valley of the Old Farm series, which was the previous one to this one, we did finish off with loads of bales. Predominantly hay bales, but we did have some straw as well. And they have now arrived. Obviously they've taken a while, they've come on a ship and everything. They've come all the way from the Valley of the Old Farm to Australia to now be used for the cows and the sheep's feed and bedding. Which actually brings me on to another topic, and that is the cows. I'm actually planning on getting rid of them. I was hoping to do just sheep. Of course, I'm not going to get rid of them until I have heard everybody's comments about that. So obviously if everybody says, oh no, you've already ruined the series if you get rid of the cows, then of course no, I won't get rid of them. It's just an idea, because I know how much work they do take alongside the sheep. And I know that when I say that as well, somebody will say, I don't know what you mean they're hard work. They're not hard work at all. It's really just because I'm doing a video at the same time and trying to keep every episode fresh. I don't always have the time to concentrate on them, which is an issue. So I'm just going to get this done. The other thing you'll notice is the Telehandler. We have a different Telehandler. It is the New Holland from FS15, but it has had modifications. It's got a 3-point linkage. Well, certainly a 2-point linkage. I think the 3-point will actually appear, the top link, if we were to put an implement on the back. So it just makes it a bit more useful around the yard. It's only a shunter really. I'm not going to use it for pulling a cultivator. It just makes it a bit more of a universal machine. You'll have to excuse me stacking. This is just very quick, getting it all out of the way. And actually, the last thing I'll come on to very quickly is that we are currently playing at times 15. This is going to remain the same throughout the entire series, unless of course I forget or hit it by accident and change the time speed. It should be 1 episode per in-game day. So we start in the morning, we finish it at night, at times 15, and it ends up being about a 30 to 45 minute video. Obviously that's going to depend on how many time lapses are in it and how many jump cuts I do, so it will vary. I mean, some videos could still only be 23 minutes, who knows. It's just that is the idea I'm going to be taking. The reason why I think that is a good idea is because it guarantees that it is 6 episodes per season. Otherwise we could hang around forever in one season, which wouldn't really be too good. Anyway, time is pressing. We must move on very quickly. Let's just get this done. Yeah, there is a variety of bales here. Obviously the straw are all mixed up, which is annoying. but not as annoying as knocking them off, which I almost did. So I'll get this done, and we will move on after this. Okay, so there we go. As you can see, we've got a nice long line of hay bales and also straw bales, and I think we should probably give something to the cows and the sheep, or possibly just the sheep, thinking about it. Yeah, the cows have already got a full capacity in the trough for the grass, but the sheep will still take something, probably just 1 or 2 bales, but yeah, they need something. The water, as you can see, they have 12 litres left and 32, so next to nothing, almost dry, so that is a priority. So I think what we'll do is we'll jump into the Mack Trident first of all, first person view. We're going to go and put this over next to the other one, but thinking about it, I might go and buy the tankers from the road train pack. I was going to get the ones for the Joskin tanker for the tractors, but yeah, looking at it, maybe we shouldn't do. The capacity of the Joskin is 32,000 litres, and the capacity of the road train is, well, the trailer B is 60,000 litres, trailer A is 40,000 litres, so even the smaller tanker is still larger than the incredibly large Joskin tanker. Okay, here we are. So I'm going to drop them off. Because we are shorter, we can go a bit closer to the track without blocking it. Right. So there we go. That should have dropped them there. Perfect. That is a really good place to store all of our trailers. So yeah, I think water is the priority over the food, but yes, I will give the sheep 1 or 2 bales, like I say. I think the cows are okay, actually. They don't need a great deal. Okay, so let me just remember the way to the shop. It shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, it's pretty easy. Another thing to love about the map, it's very easy to remember the way to go. And for everybody who's watched my videos before, you'll know that I do tend to get lost fairly frequently when I'm starting a brand new map. Obviously, when I'm into the series, by about episode 10, yeah, getting lost is, yeah, more rare, but it does still happen sometimes. I believe here we go right, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, because then we can turn left just here. What do we have left at the store? I think it's just a cultivator with a seeder box on it. And of course the seed, yes. So we'll leave that there for the time being. Oh, actually no, we have the cultivator too, but that might be going, like I said, because somebody said that it's usually just direct drill, so we may not require it at all. So the tankers are these two just here. I'd like the colour scheme to blend in well with our others, which is actually a fairly plain colour. It is just grey, pretty much. But at least it's a colour scheme. Right, attaches, that's fine. Wide tyres, yes. Generic fuel decals. Groovy FS brand decals. Mobile decals. BP. Okay, we don't need to have any kind of fuel decals. So yeah, just, I don't know. We don't really need anything because it's going to be carrying water. Yeah, I don't know. No fill type decals. There we go. So if we buy that, we'll take a look at that first. Where is it? That should be what we need. Like I say, it's pretty dull the way we've actually customised it here, but it's still perfect. It's exactly what we require. So the road train signs you can apparently hide. To do this you press R. So yeah, if you're just towing one, you wouldn't need it. But we're going to be carrying a lot of water, so it's going to be 3, possibly. We'll do 2 to begin with. Look at that colour scheme. It's just silver throughout. But that can be quite good, just plain. Now we need to go for trailer B. I need to make sure everything is identical. It's not the same. No. That's the same. Perfect. Wide and... yeah, there we go. Purchase that. They're very expensive. Very expensive, but we do need them. This is actually going to make the animal work quicker as well. Because before I was having to do it with a really small tanker over on the van of the old farm. But now we can just fill up every now and then. We can leave these over at the troughs pretty much, just in the same yard. And yeah, just keep topping up. Dead easy. It would be dead easy if I could reverse them. There we go. I think that was luck. So let's head off. I need to figure out the water fill point. I don't know if there is actually a water tower of sorts, or if we actually have to get it out of a pump. I'm not sure. Something I should have checked actually. Anyway, let's head back. I'll familiarise myself with the map very soon. It won't take too long. Going to drive nice and steady. Look, you can see I've put the times ×5 by accident. I do it all the time because what happens is when I'm using the other controls, I accidentally touch the one which is the time adjuster. I should probably change the key binding actually. But that's at least bought us some time. We can look at it on the bright side. Right, so yeah, water fill points, I really don't know. Just looking around. There likely will be some. It's just locating them. Failing that, a water tower. I could always put in a water tower, actually. That could be good. But we do have water. We have water. It's just a case of getting down to it, I suppose. Maybe if we go over the bridge. It's probably clutching at straws, but you never know. Gotta stay positive. So if we open the fill point by pressing N, then at least it will enable it to fill if it can do. I'm not sure. This is our other yard. I can't see anything. As mentioned before, whenever I say that, I'm usually looking directly at it. But I think just for simplicity's sake, and to save me having to look around forever, we will just put up a water tower. It's part of expanding the yard anyway, so there is a lot of benefits to it. The only disadvantage is we have to pay for it, and we'll likely have to pay for the water too, when the water here is free. But obviously I can't reverse the tanker into there whenever we get it out again. It would be a ludicrous idea. So, here we are. The water tower luckily isn't very expensive, and we do have plenty of money to go at. So, providing I position it the correct way around, we should be able to put it pretty much anywhere. That's probably where it started, but yeah, that is good. Hopefully this is all going to go well. Obviously if you've seen a water fill point or know about another one, please do let me know. I can always get rid of the water tower if I have to. So it's charging us for the water, it charges us for the tower itself, but luckily we do have quite a bit of money anyway, so it's no bad thing really. And we actually have a lot of machinery which we might be able to sell as well, because we did start off with a lot. I did get rid of some immediately, and I didn't sort of profit out of it, but I did keep quite a bit of it because some of it was really good, and it would seem such a shame to get rid of it and then have to rebuy it, because it's a very long-winded process having to buy everything and take it back to the yard when it's already positioned very well. It's almost full. Let's get the second one ready. Pull forward. It's 100%, that's 40,000 litres. Like I say, it will be an entire train weight of 100,000 kilograms as far as I'm aware. Plus the vehicle itself, obviously, the tankers and the cab. And there we go. We are fully loaded. That is going to be a super heavy truck. So I mustn't make a mistake now. I'm going to put the covers back over. I'm going to figure out exactly where the trough is first. Oh, they've got no water. The potential is already there for them to die. As harsh as it sounds, they could do at midnight. Because we've neglected them during the day. They have only just emptied this second, those troughs, but like I say, the slightest bit can do it. It literally is a train. It's not on a track, but the amount of weight and the length of it, it's just incredible, really. Okay, so that looks to be the trough from... Oh, it's a food trough, so where... Oh, please don't be inside. Oh, good. That is it. Your very large delivery of water has arrived. I hope you like it. Yeah, they're taking quite a bit as well. It's a good thing though, I don't really want to be doing them all the time. It's going to be every 3 days, so twice per season, which doesn't sound too bad. So that's filled that up very nicely. The water for the cows, likewise, is completely empty. So it is very important that we do this. I'm hoping to start drilling a field as well today. Depends if we have time, but we should do. Okay, let's stick with the first person view. It is very nice driving this Mack. I did get quite a few people saying, can you get the Kenworth? And I love the idea. As soon as we know exactly what we're doing with the other machines and the money, we'll get one. They do seem like very fitting trucks for the area. Okay, so where is the water trough for the cows? It's the pigs nearest to us, so they must be at the far side. Yep. Somewhere over here. I'm hoping it's going to be very easy to get to. In fact, it looks to be the same cowshed as the one that's in Goldcrest Valley, so I would have thought it would be around the far side. Oh, it's actually here. That does make it easy. They're going to take quite a bit. We can actually see it filling up. So because there's less cows than the sheep, they've taken less litres, but I should think per cow it's more litres. So with the exception of some hay bales for the sheep, we are done. We need to get the John Deere going though, desperately. Even if it's just making a start, we do need to do it. Now bearing in mind we have to plant the crops at the right time of year, I think it is going to be either, well, the maize again, or the sunflowers. Like I say, I'm not entirely sure about the maize anymore, because somebody did say that it wouldn't be planted, so I don't know. Maybe for this first year it doesn't matter. After all, it doesn't matter anyway. It's just, it would be nice if I was always doing the correct thing. Such a nice truck to drive. Handled so well. And we're going to park it with the trailers just over here. Put it to the right hand side of the flatbeds. Hopefully that isn't blocking the track. Nope. Good. Okay, so I am hovering, but we'll go over to the New Holland and we'll get some bales picked up. Okay, so I think they're going to take 2. There is a possibility they'll only take 1, but it's unlikely. They definitely won't take 3. Whenever I say definitely, they do, but yeah. I think to play it safe, we'll take 2. Oh, didn't want to do that. Bear with me. Yeah, I do not want to be using that. The only reason why I've used it before is because if the bales are really messed up, if you really knock them over, then it can be incredibly handy to be able to just automatically auto-stack them again really quickly. But otherwise, yeah, for this series it needs to stay out of it really. Okay, so obviously, yeah, the sheep's trough, that's just here. Please take both. Please, I think it will. Yeah, perfect. So the sheep actually should be 100% health now. Very good. Straw is lacking over here, that's dead easy. And, oh, silage. Silage is actually going to be a problem because I don't know exactly how we would do it. I'm guessing we'd do it with grass, but I'm not sure. Anyway, without any further ado, we need to get cracking with the John Deere. We've got the air drill just over there. We're going to have to fill it up, which is not a problem. And yeah, we'll get some different crops in. Let's just double check the calendar. So we can do sunflowers, we can almost do soybeans, we can do corn, potatoes, sugar beet, oilseed radish, poplar or grass. How are we doing for grass fields, actually, thinking about it? Because it might be... wrong thing. It might be very useful. There's not much grass about at all. I don't know how much grass is done. You can see there's a few areas here and there. But overall, there isn't much. Well, I think, yeah, we'll just focus on the crops for the time being. We should have one field done. Yeah, it's field 19. So field number 1 is probably the next one. And I suppose it's going to have to be sunflowers. It just seems to be the obvious crop. Because it's not the right time of year for the wheat. The wheat has to be done end of the year. In the autumn. Okay. Get that started. Yeah, the other thing which is quite confusing is, of course, in Australia, when they're in winter, in the UK, we're in the summer. So, it seems back to front. Obviously, it isn't really. It would seem perfectly natural to an Australian, but to us it can seem a little bit weird. But I suppose, yeah, if they're looking at the UK, then we're back to front too. So, yeah, all we have to do is fill this up. We can put fertiliser in it, so we're going to have to. Make it nice and productive. Somebody else did say that the bonnet does seem a bit squashed. I did mention it. I wasn't sure because I didn't want to say anything, but I just threw it in there. But somebody did confirm it, so I'm guessing it's a little bit squashed, but it's not too bad. Seems pretty good. Okay, so we're turning left at the end of here. There is a stop sign, so I'll stop. Not sure if I stopped the first time, but there you go. Yeah, I wonder if we got working mirrors. We do, kind of. They're facing towards the roof, but it would be nice if we could actually see this drill. It's sticking out quite a bit. But overall, I would say a good setup. Got some really nice mods going. Already 5 to 6, blimey. We've taken the entire day to unload a trailer and water and feed the animals. The game has actually crashed twice so far while playing on this map. I don't know if it's the map or if it's another mod. But yeah, just thought I'd say, have autosave on if you're going to play. It really is a saviour, because the amount of times which the game has crashed for me, it's not just this map, many times the game has crashed with the amount of mods I have. It can really, you know, save the stress of having to redo everything. Is that close enough? Maybe we have to put it in with the telehandler. As we do need so much, the best approach would be to buy the placeable seed refill point, if I can't find any, and then put it in a trailer and tip it into the auger, which is actually attached to the drill. But for the time being, this approach is fine. Okay, so that is everything consumed. Although it's only half full, or just over, it's going to be plenty. I'm sure it will be. Because, yeah, to begin with, we're only doing fill number 1, so it should be enough for that. Before I forget, I'll choose the crop type. Otherwise, I'm going to be putting the wrong thing in. Which is going to be sunflowers. This one can't do sunflowers, can it? Okay. In that case, we'll do... Hang on, wait. This is just the germination temperature. We could do soybeans because it's very close. However, yeah, I did think it would do sunflowers. It obviously doesn't. I don't know. I suppose we could do grass. Or we could do oilseed radish, but then again, I'm not sure if it's done. Okay, it's getting a bit dark now. Yeah, it's a tough one. We do have the other drill. We could just put the sunflowers in with the other drill. I should have checked. I didn't think. I thought, really, that it did do sunflowers, but clearly it doesn't do. Okay, well, not to worry. It can simply go back in the shed in preparation for the next crop, which might be soybeans. Nobody actually mentioned soybeans. I'm not sure if that is a crop which is done. Yeah, just keep posting down below if you have any suggestions for me. But yeah, we've got a lifeline because we've got the other drill, which definitely can do sunflowers. The only problem with it is, it isn't a direct drill. So either way, we're going to have to do some form of cultivation, which isn't ideal, but we can do it. It's now 7:20. Been quite a bit of messing about in this episode, but at least I'm just sort of figuring stuff out, getting used to it all. Oh yeah, that direct drill there can probably go, it's just not big enough. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll grab the cultivator and we'll just start. It looks like we won't be putting any crops in today, but yeah, at least we can get a field done from the cultivation point of view. Look at that, it's quite a yard. Already absolutely packed full of our trailers. It's impressive stuff. I do like the custom road train pack. Okay, well, we have scratched the surface of the field at least. Even a cultivator this size is still going to take a while in the field like this. And this field isn't even that big. It is one of the smallest actually. So it's impressive stuff. Field number 2 would just be incredible. It would be an all-day job even with a machine of this size. But we've got loads of time left. We've got, well, we've still got another 4 days of spring to get some crops in the ground. Of course, it's not the same as in the UK. You've got it all very spread out, so we don't have to put all the crops in the same season, which is going to make it much easier. So we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video, and until next time, see you again very soon. Bye for now.